you imagine a pizza chef going on Black Hat World and trying to do negative SEO on the person across the street to try and get their pizza customers? I don't see it happening. But we will protect the people if this happens. We'll find ways to stop that from happening.
Exactly. So yeah, if you're not in, like Lawrence was saying, if you're not in any of those industries, you have nothing to worry about. But if you are in one of those more grayish black hatty industries, I would say make it a part of your regular SOP to just double check your backlink profile to make sure nothing funny is going on there and protect yourself against negative SEO. On the topic of pizza shops though, Lawrence, and I know that, at Studio Hawk, you guys do a lot of great SEO work with a different range of clients, from small businesses to medium businesses to large enterprise businesses like Bondi Sands, like we were speaking about before. If you had to give a range for, let's say, like the minimum budget you would allow each tier of customer to be successful, what would you say is the appropriate amount to allocate to SEO for a local, mid, and enterprise level business?
Big question. But I would say if we could just assume a few things, like the business is X amount of revenue and we're investing at least 10% of revenue back into marketing, and a percentage of that is SEO, let's say a decent third. Generally what we see gets the best results, and this is just in Australia, so you have to keep in mind Australia's SEO landscape is a lot different than the US and UK, where the budgets aren't as extreme or aren't as fruitful sometimes. But I would say for a small business, a pizza shop, you can get really great results done for, let's say, between $1,500 to $2,000 per month. Again, it's case by case. It depends on the size of the business revenue-wise. Mid-range, I would say between 3 and 5, and then enterprise somewhere between 8 to, it could go on basically to $100,000 per year. But generally we see between 20 and 30 for most household name brands in Australia. International type clients, they have ridiculous budgets.
Oh, ridiculous. Yeah. With international enterprise level clients, can you throw a ballpark figure out there as to what you would estimate would be an appropriate amount for a tight budget, let's say?
For a tight budget on the international scale?
On the international scale.
Now we have to go through the framework. Is it small, medium, large? We're like, we're McDonald's.
Let's say like it's a huge company, like let's say like Tesco, or like, let's say Coles decides to go international. How much would
Coles decided to do international?
Yeah, how much would you allocate?
Interesting case study. Okay, Coles are looking to expand which market? So I have to be annoying and ask the questions.
Let's say that they're doing like the grocery market. Like they're doing olive oil. They want to go olive oil. They want to bring olive oil to Italy and compete with the Italians who are masters at olive oil.
I'll chuck a decent couple million at that. We're talking Italians, olive oil. That's just harsh territory to go into. But let's say it was Coles trying to expand out into, let's say New Zealand, for instance. I would say if they were launching a new website, knowing Coles' brand positioning, you could easily say a couple $100,000 over let's say a 6-month period, even a year annualized, a couple million easily. But then I'm just talking intangibles as well. Then the question becomes, what is their actual objective? How, and that's where I've learned more in SEO on the highest X level. We have some clients that aren't spending as much with us because their goals aren't really aligned to aggressively expanding out. And what they require in those particular markets is very, very different. Now, if you're trying to capture something like the UK, you are sending millions of dollars to try and penetrate that market. But if they're willing to make the investment for a long-term ROI on launching coles.co.uk, it would be an incredible move.